Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wish's weekly webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I am so excited to bring you this collection from our friends at Hunky-Dory. It's all about iris folding today. What's iris folding? This is iris folding. Isn't it beautiful? I have so much more to show you, so come back and play with us. So let's take a look at this collection real quick and then we'll get right to the cards. So we've got 3 cutting dies, the Moonstone cutting dies, specifically made for iris folding. Got a watering can, a hummingbird, and a butterfly. Then we've got a little pad of paper. This is A6, so let's see, in the US it's almost 4 by 6. It's lightweight. They're color coordinated in themes, and there's also beautiful foiled papers in there as well. Gorgeous, and it's just a very lightweight paper. Almost like, it's maybe even a thinner weight than like a magazine page. It's very nice and perfect for folding. Well, then you're going to need something to put your card, your iris folding on, and we've got beautiful pastel 6 by 6 cards, really, really gorgeous colors, and of course the envelopes right here. And then we've got something to put on the inside of your cards. This one is Trim Me Foiled Insert Special Days. It's got anniversary, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Wedding Day, engagement, that kind of thing. And then this one is Birthday Wishes. Treat yourself to a special day, time to celebrate, it's have a wonderful birthday, multiples of each one. And here's the great thing about this. If you're trying to cut down an insert to go inside your card and it's already on the center and you're trimming a little bit off of each side, trying to make it even to fit inside your card, these have a very light pattern on the back. These are cutting lines. So if you have a 6 by 6 card, you just follow the lines for the 6 by 6. If you have a 5 by 6.5 inch card, what I did was I just followed the 5 by 5 lines, glued this in my card, and then just trimmed the ends. So it makes it so easy to get everything centered for your card inserts. All right, so let's get right to this. Let's jump back, take a look at this butterfly card. So here is the die, right here. And for this particular card, let's see, where shall I start? Yes, I start with the 6 by 6 pink Hunky-Dory card base. Okay, it's made out of the adorable scoreable cardstock. It's wonderful. On the inside, I used the Birthday Wishes insert, and because this is a 6 by 6 card and I followed the 6 by 6 die lines, it kind of is cut so that it will sit inside the edge of the card, inside of the card, and have a little bit of a border, which is so nice. Then I just took my blender brushes right here, and I just did a little bit of pink ink on the inside just to give it a little pop of color. The outside, let's see, what can I tell you? I used a bit of that paper that comes in the paper pad, the foil paper, and I just put a strip along the top and the bottom. But I actually used gold foil paper, gold foil cardstock rather, to actually cut my butterfly, okay? So I cut this to a, gosh, I forgot to measure, but I think it's about 5 inches, so maybe 5.5. This is a 5-inch square of the gold cardstock. Then went ahead and die cut my butterfly. This is what pops out when you're done. And I was gonna say, this is just beautiful butterfly that, you know, you can still, we'll have these backwards, how funny. You can still use this for other things. So it's a pretty versatile die. All right, then we're going to go ahead and do the iris folding. Some of you may be wondering, well, first of all, iris folding has been around for so many years, okay? And I think that when I started doing it, gosh, back in the 90s, it had been around for a long time since then. And I have to admit, when I was much younger and doing iris folding, I just didn't enjoy it as much. I didn't have the patience. I did it this weekend. I loved it. I pre-folded all my little strips, which I'm going to show you. I sat there watching TV and I just followed a little guide, which I'm going to show you, that's in here. And I had the blast doing it. I had a lot of fun, and I would really, if you've not tried it or if you haven't tried it in years, give it another shot, okay? Because it was fun. Here's a little guide. Makes it so much more easy than what I had done in the past. So yeah, this I'm a big fan. So yeah, then I went ahead and did the folding here, and I'm going to show you exactly how I put this together, but let's take a look at the other cards first, and then we'll get to the demo, okay? So the next one is the Hummingbird, and this is what the Hummingbird die looks like. For this one, once again, 6x6 card, and I covered my card with, this is the Windflower 6x6 patterned cardstock. I will say when you are cutting your shape, you could either die cut this from the actual card front and then build everything on the back of the card. I like to do it so that I have something sitting on top of my card and then I foam tape that. And that's what we'll talk about when we start doing the demo. But as you can see here, I cut this 5x5 square. Same can be done with shapes. So I did this using circle dies right here. And this is what that looked like when I cut that. Right there. I love that it had the little bit of the flower border around the edge. And then, yes, you may have noticed inside here, when I went ahead and put my special days, I inked that edge with a little bit of purple. And before I glued this inside, I took that little die cut hummingbird and put that right there and then just trimmed that even with that insert paper and then glued it in there. And yeah, was able to use that as well. All right, and then added some little, sweet little bashful pink little posy flowers here and here. The little greeting came from the cardstock pack. All right, now this last one for the watering can, a Father's Day card. You got to do a Father's Day card, so here's the cute little watering can die. And for this one, I wanted something a little masculine for my background, so I used hammered gold paper. This stuff is so beautiful. It's a nice matted silver color, kind of a pewter actually, but it is a little too flimsy to use for my top piece here. So what I did was I glued it to some black cardstock and then die cut this. So you could use any patterned paper that you wanted, but I would advise putting cardstock on the back of that before you die cut it, and it gives you a really nice surface. All right, so the rest of this, I used primary thin line border dazzles. Now, as you know, the primaries have the red, yellow, blue, but we've also added in brown, brown, green, and black. So I used the blue right here, just along the edges. There is a black I love you script greeting dazzle sticker there. And then I added, these are family and friends dazzle stickers. I used the dad here. And what I love about these, it's got grandma, aunt, niece, family, and it's a really nice way to personalize a card. So yes, this is for Father's Day, which matches the inside right here, Happy Father's Day. And I went ahead and put some more of those thin line dazzle stickers there. So yeah, that one was really fun to put together. Let's go back to the butterfly. Let's figure out how to do this. I should mention here, once I did the glitter cardstock, and then I decorated right here, adding a little gold jewel dazzle sticker, which is these little circle stickers. And I just took one and put one right here and here. And then right here, we've got pastel. I can never remember if it's pearl and pastel or pastel and pearl. Dazzle, script greeting dazzle stickers. And I used this really nice pink one right there, but a really solid collection of pastel colors here. Love that. All right, so how do we put this together? So I'm going to do a very similar color scheme for this. So I used, instead of gold, this is a red and gold glitter cardstock. It's the same size, 5-inch square. And I went ahead and die cut the butterfly from that. Now what we're going to do is turn that over and place that right there. And now we're going to need a little bit of low-tack tape. This is Hunky-Dory's low-tack tape. You could use washi tape. You could use painter's tape. You just want to make sure that you're really getting that tack so it's not super sticky, because you're going to put that right there. That's going to hold your cardstock or your die cut piece right over this pattern, okay? And as you can see, maybe we can zoom in on this, Steve. This pattern is numbered, okay? So you're gonna start with, up here, there's number 1, then you do 2, then you do 3, then you do 4. You just go back and forth, okay? There is a method to all of that madness, all that numbering. You will also notice that there is a dark blue, a light blue, a medium blue, and then another color blue. There's 4 different colors of blue on here. So what you can do is then choose 4 colors to work on your pattern. That's the easiest thing to do. You could just do 2. You could just do 1. But they wanted to give you, make this really very easy to show you where to put your different colors. You sort of assign the colors that you choose to those color areas, okay? So in here, I wanted to choose sort of the pinks and peaches. There's a really nice peach. There's a light pink in here. There's an orange. And there's some really nice orange and pink foil. So this is what I came up with. You want to take out your sheet and then you're going to cut it. Now the inside instructions here, there's instructions all the way here. It says to cut your, and it's very helpful to have a paper cutter or a paper trimmer for this, okay? If not, you're going to need to use, you know, a ruler and a pencil to make your lines and then scissors. So it's really, really helpful if you have a paper cutter. And you want to cut these into about 30 to 40 millimeter wide strips. And in the U.S., that's about 1 1/8 inch to 1 1/2 inch. I did my strips to 1 1/8 inch. Okay, so if you do 1 1/8 inch, you're going to get, here we go, 3 really nice strips, and then 1 strip that's about 3/4 of an inch. Okay, it's a little small, but that's okay because we can still use it. But you want them this width, so that it has enough coverage, and you're going to fold each strip in half. No need to score it, okay, because we want that folded edge. If you score it with a bone folder or something, it's gonna just have a sharper edge. You want it to be creased, but you want it to still have that nice folded look there, okay? It's got a little bit of dimension to it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and fold all of these, and even that little 3/4 inch strip, because there's always use for that as well. All right, so I went ahead and I did mine in kind of a peachy color, an orange color, it's kind of an ivory, but there's a lot of yellow in that color, and then this sort of orangey peach foil. I should mention that once you have them folded, glue stick is recommended for this, okay? I gotta admit, I was home this weekend, I ran out of glue stick. So I ended up using Cosmic Shimmer Specialist acrylic glue just to run along the edge, okay? It was kind of messy, so I wouldn't recommend doing that, but hey, if that's all you have, then it's gonna work. So what you're gonna do is just take a little bit of your glue stick, just like that, on just one edge, and you're gonna do them, I would do them all at once. Just sit here, cut all of your strips at once, and then glue them all at once, and then they're gonna dry and they're gonna be all ready. They just take a few minutes to dry. All right, so let's start. You're gonna take your glue stick then, and you're gonna put some on each side of that butterfly wing, okay? And we're gonna start off with this sort of orangey color. Another thing you're gonna need is some tiny scissors. Okay? It's very, very helpful. This is the folded edge right here. You're going to always have the folded edge going in. All right? And you're going to put that down, and then when it's down, you're going to cut. So it's like each one has its own little custom cut. Like that. And then fold on this side. Like that. All right, and now we're going to keep doing this because it's the same color all the way down. Sometimes, like down here, it's a medium blue, a darker blue, a medium blue, and a darker blue. Here, we're just going to go like this. And as long as all of your strips stay within the parameters of this little cutout of your base, okay, you're fine. If you have some that goes off like this, that's okay. When you're all done, you can just trim them even with the edge. So we're gonna take a break here, and we come back, I'm gonna have a portion of this done. All right, so I have followed along my numbered guides and did the orange up here until I got to number 6. Number 7 were the little antennae, or antennae. So what I did is I just took a piece of the scrap paper and put it right here, and another piece right here. If we can flip this over and see, it's like the peachy pink color right there, or this is the orangey peach color right there. All right, and now we've moved down to number 9, number 10. I'm going to do number 11. See, it kind of has you move all over the place, and you may be wondering, like, why? Why is it so out of order? There is absolutely a reason, and sometimes you don't really discover it until you're all done, and then you're like, oh, that's why they did that. And I forgot to mention, like, for those of you who are just unfamiliar, have never heard of iris folding, what does that mean? What does the name mean? And what it is it is the arranging of layers or strips of paper, like in a sort of spiraled fashion, and it's supposed to resemble like the iris of a camera, like the lens iris. And that's where that comes from. And it's just the most sort of, I don't know, captivating craft. You just can't put it down once you stop. Once you start. Once you stop. There we go. And I'm just going to do a couple of more here so you can get the idea of how this switching back and forth on the color goes. And I'm using a slightly different color scheme than I did on the original card. And that's because on my book of papers, I used up all those colors. I didn't want to open another one, so this will definitely give you the idea. All right, I think we'll end right there. We'll turn this over. All right, now all these little pieces that I've been cutting away, when you get down towards the end, your iris is going to be smaller and smaller, so don't throw these away because you're going to use them at some point. So we're going to fold this over, flip this over, and you can see what's happening here with the folds. They're all overlapping, okay, and that's where you have your color change right there. Switch back to this one. Once you get up in here, that's where you're moving in this sort of direction. That's where the swirl starts taking place. And that's when you're moving from light blue to dark blue to medium blue, all in the center there. But as you can see, if you're just following along with the guides, it's very, very simple to do and really fun. I really think it's a little bit of a challenge, but not so much that you can't just sit and watch TV when you're doing it. So you guys, we've got a fantastic money saver on this collection. And if you're watching us on our Webisode page at Paper Wishes, it's right over there on the right-hand side. And if you're interested in just one or two things, I would definitely have you look down below the video where you'll see all the dies individually, the paper pad, the stickers that were used, everything, and you could add just those directly to your cart. If you're watching us on YouTube, hey, we've got a description or a link in the description box below the video. So just take a look at that and it'll bring you right to this page. And hey, subscribe. We do 3 to 5 videos a week and we wouldn't want you to miss anything. So give us a thumbs up too. It helps people find our channel. Thanks for joining us today and I'll see you next time.